Welcome back to Box Your Lugs. Some of you might not know what that means. Maybe look up lugs on the internet. But anyway, it's a saying that we have in the UK. So anyway, I want to talk today about Amir Khan's possible fight with Conor Benn and why I don't think it's going to happen. So, if you look at what Amir Khan and Conor Benn have been doing recently, obviously Conor Benn has only been doing stuff recently because he hasn't been around for anywhere near as long as Amir Khan. So Conor Benn is battling through some victories. He's doing quite well. He's doing well. So he's definitely one to watch. Amir Khan seems to be spending most of his time buying luxuries. He's just bought a holiday home in Dubai, I think. I think he bought a sports car. I can't remember what it was. Maybe a Porsche or a Lamborghini or something like that. But let's talk a little bit about Amir Khan anyway. Now, he's been knocked out brutally a few times. But to be honest, I always thought he was a little bit overrated, even when he was in his prime. Just go back and watch some of his early fights. He always comes out quickly, throws 15 or 20 fast punches, and then 50% of the time or something, I'm just making that up, but quite often the referee waved it off and gave him the victory. I remember some time ago now, I commented on a video saying that if Khan had done that to Mayweather Jr., he might well have been given the victory, assuming that Mayweather wasn't a big name. Yep, so the ref might well have waved it off just because of how quickly he came out and threw punches, but we can probably all agree that Floyd Mayweather would have gotten through the barrage and gone on to comfortably outpoint Khan in the long run. So the question really is, how many of those fighters might have done the same? Or better yet, how many of them might have caught him on the chin and knocked him out cold? But that's always why we thought Amir Khan was exciting to watch, because he's capable of great aggressive boxing, but we also know that at any moment it could go pear-shaped for him, and he can do his little chicken dance that he's done a couple of times. But I mean, not to take anything away from him, he's a former world champion, he's a good boxer, he's had some good victories, but I think some of those early ones were gifts in many ways. So I don't know, I don't really understand why he would take a fight with Conor Benn at this point. So Conor Benn, for his part, he recently got rid of Vargas, who Khan really struggled with. And it was quite bizarre actually, because the report that I read, I didn't see any video footage, I read it, and Benn didn't really call Khan out. He was almost asking to be given Khan to fight, as in, please give me Khan to fight, I'm ready for that. And I think he is probably ready. But Benn has everything to gain from this, and Khan, as far as I can see, only has stuff to lose. So I'm not really surprised that Amir Khan doesn't have any enthusiasm for the fight. Not only because he's focused on buying luxuries and spending the money he's made, but he's lost that killer instinct, hasn't he, really? That the eye of the tiger, if you will. And he knows that Conor Benn is hungry. So, holiday homes aside, Khan is also a family man, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. I mean, he's earned the time at home with his family, hasn't he? And why not, after all those problems he had on Skype and all the rest of it? It's probably good for him to spend time with his family. So why shouldn't he buy a bloody holiday home, So boxing's been pretty good for Amir Khan. But Amir Khan's been pretty good for boxing too. But you have to be honest, I think if Amir Khan goes into the boxing ring now with Conor Benn will do him in. I think he'll knock him out. I think, Billy Joe Saunders just recently said that he thinks Conor is better than his dad Nigel. I watched Nigel back in the day, and I think he was pretty good. He was strong, rough, and always ready to battle. His son Conor seems to have the same drive, but I agree with Billy Joe Saunders. Conor Benn, he seems a bit more technically minded than his dad, and I think he's probably a bit quicker than him too, but he's a little bit lighter, I suppose. But yeah, he's definitely quick. He's definitely a little bit quicker, and he's like I said before, he's got that hunger, hasn't he? He's got that psychological drive to win, just like his dad did, and that's what Khan has lost, in my opinion. So, like I said, Khan would gain little from beating Conor Benn, since, and like Khan said, he hasn't got any belts, he hasn't got any great achievements in boxing. So really, why would he even bother? Why would he bother fighting him? There's probably not that much money in it, because Conor Benn's not a... I mean, he might well be a big star one day, and I think he probably will. But at the minute, he's kind of coasting on a couple of decent victories and on his dad's name, all things aside. I think what most boxing fans really want to see is Khan fight Kell Brook. Everybody wants to see that, don't they? Win or lose, that's a good fight for Khan. I think it's a good way for both of them to bow out of boxing. You know, give the fans a little farewell fight. But Conor Benn is ready to face Khan, even though I don't think he ever will. He's better off looking elsewhere to get good victories and raise his profile even more and go even further. What do you think? Leave your comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe. See you next time. Well, this was actually supposed to be the first video I made, but then that whole Jake Paul garbage got in the way, and I made a quick video about that instead. So this was supposed to be my first video, and it's ended up being a bit of a slapdash one, because I'm just recording it now on my phone before I go shopping, when the shops open, which is very soon. Well, actually they're open now, but only old people are allowed to go at the minute, so I'm waiting for the old people to clear off, and then I'm going to go shopping. So please subscribe for more. See you next time.